guys?
How are you?
Good, thank you.
It looks like you're sort of doing conditioning and then system type stuff. You want guys a little tired when they're trying to think through the process then?
I think we're just trying to accomplish both, push the pace, speed, get up to a pace that we're happy with, as well as we got exhibition games coming up, so we have to make sure that the guys understand what we're trying to do on the ice. And sometimes it's difficult to push the pace and then slow it down, and then push it back up and then slow it down. So I think if we can accomplish both, I don't think that they're too tired mentally to think during the second half. They can still. They're smart guys out there, and they can fight through that and figure it out.
How about you? You have to train to get in shape for training camp, be on your skates?
We had our training camp. We didn't stay on our skates for 6 hours though, but I should have put my voice through it, I guess.
Is it safe to say your team may be one of the best in shape teams come the start of the season?
Oh, I'm sure lots of coaches are pushing their teams right now, but certainly we want to make sure that we're up to speed conditioning wise, and that we're able to play at a pace and a level that we want. You can sit here and preach attack and moving forward all you want, but if you're not conditioned well enough, you probably won't be able to play that way. So, we just want to make sure the guys are going. We don't want to hurt them. We want to be smart with what we do, but in the same sense, we got to make sure we're ready to play.
You obviously had personnel meetings and whatnot, but how much do you try to have fresh eyes now when you're looking at these guys and sort of make up your own mind about them?
Are you talking about me, myself?
Yeah,
or
you personally. Yeah.
Well, I've done my best just to make sure I'm only watching the players and what's going on the ice, and what happened 5 years ago, or what happened 3 years ago, what happened last year. I'd come in here without really an opinion on a lot of players, and I say that in a good way. It's just a neutral. I'm watching and I'm waiting, and practices have been good, and I've been impressed by a lot of the players, the shape that they showed up in, and their work ethic and the energy out on the ice right now, I think, is excellent. So we got to continue to push that out there.
How unusual to step into a situation with a Vezina caliber goalie, and how much does that sort of put you at ease in terms of going into the season?
Well, certainly it's one of those positions that you need to make sure you're set in, and Becca's looks like he's back in form, and there's certain positions in sports where you have to have it. It's got to be there in order to be successful. And you can talk about a quarterback, or you can talk about a starting pitcher in baseball, or whatever it is. And goaltending is one of those positions that it's a make or break thing. So it's good that he looks like he's back and on top of his form.
I was going to say, he had that one where he sort of dove back across to the left around that other rink.
Just making room for you, buddy.
You seem to really appreciate that. When you like that sort of competitiveness in practice.
Everything for him is second effort. He never quits on a puck or a play. And some of the ones that he gets back and he actually grabs where you think you tap him into an empty net, it's worthy of recognition.
Some of the one-on-one drills today and stuff down low, happy with some of the body contact that you saw today as well?
Yeah, I think the tempo has been good. The pace has been good. They're competitive. I think that comes more into play when you're actually against the opponent. So the exhibition games, I think, have a lot of meaning this year, and guys are given opportunities. There's not a lot of exhibition games, and we've got to get to our group at some point. So if you're given a game, you've got to make the most of it. You've got to show what you can do. And we sent that message early on that there'll be opportunity, but when you get that opportunity, don't hope for the second one. Make sure you earn it.
Do you feel like the guys are absorbing what you're trying to teach them over the first 2 days?
Yeah, it's some of the things are closer. They can be compared to last year, whether it's the neutral zone or the defensive zone. Some of them are a little bit different when it comes to the offensive zone. And, it's slow and they're bumping into each other a little bit. They're trying. And I know that that's the case when you put something new in place, that it's not natural, so they don't go as fast. And, one player out of position here, one player out of position there. So I think the most important thing to do is just to stop and continue to teach and talk to them about it. see if you can get it the way you want.
As a staff, pretty good idea of who's going to skate tomorrow in the scrimmage yet?
What's that?
For tomorrow in the scrimmage, do you guys know who may or may not be in there for the scrimmage?
I do. I do. We'll probably release that later today, so people know who's going to be scrimmaging. So I just got off the ice, so I'm still wrapping up this day, and then we'll get to the next one.
You talked about not a lot of exhibition games you got to get to your team. At what point does Ryan Ellis's absence become a big issue?
You know, these things are happening through the course of the league, and the player not in camp, and it really goes upstairs to you know, there's nothing we can do about that here. I've got my team on the ice, and we're working hard to prepare. Those are things that are out of my control.
When people think up tempo, they seem to think offense, but a guy like Rich Klum, who's very aggressive on the forecheck, seems like your system would benefit him as well. Just what do you foresee his role being on this team?
Well, I think exactly what you said, energy and getting in on the forecheck. I mean, it allows for guys to skate and compete and bang and move forward. He seems to like to do all of those things. So, you know, everybody's, I think, getting a grasp, like you said, an understanding of what we're trying to do, you know, including Rich, and you know, we'll be counting on him. There's certain guys I think that you can count on to bring that energy. You know, the way we want to play will allow him to do that.
A guy like James Neal, who's been one of many or several gifted offensive players to come here knowing he's counted on sort of be the number one guy. What's the big challenge for him there?
You know, I still think we have a good group. I don't think our team's success will hinge on any one player. Certainly, we're going to count on James for his offense. We're going to count on him for his leadership. But we have other good players out on the ice too. And I think some of the pickups that we made this summer, and including him, some of the players that we had here, the way our defense can move the puck and handle the puck, I think all those things can contribute to a team concept where, you know, it's not make or break. I don't want to put all the pressure on James Neal. We brought him here for a reason. It was for his offensive talents. And he's a big, young, strong winger that can create offense, and that's why we brought him here. But I truly think it'll be a team concept that drives this team in the end.
What do you want to see and accomplish out of the scrimmage tomorrow?
You know, the scrimmage might serve as a purpose that might be the only time that some of these guys are getting to play in a game. Not everybody gets a chance at exhibition games. There's really only 5 of them because one of them falls on the same day. So that day is taken by a set of players. There's 5 days when there's exhibition games. It gets to that last 2 games. I mean, it's got to look close to our team. So you're only talking about 2 or 3 games here. So in order to get a look or 2 looks or 3 looks at somebody who's close and knocking on the door, it might not benefit somebody who just came into the organization or somebody who's here just getting looked at. So we've got to pick and choose who we want in the exhibition games. The scrimmage is a chance to stand up on the boards and shout your name out and say, I'd like an exhibition game. So we think the exhibition game should be competitive, and we're looking to see who wants to play an exhibition. We're looking to the scrimmage should be competitive, and we're looking to see who wants to play in exhibition games from the scrimmage. That should make it competitive for me.